Do you think grammar is boring? No, not anymore, because Gen Z has rewritten the rule book for grammar. So yeah, this is the first trending topic of Gen Z I have picked up recently, and I thought I would make a video on it because बहुत टाइम से यार हमने एक चीज पे एक अच्छी टॉपिक पे वीडियो नहीं बनाया है. And Gen Z grammar decoded is one of the best topics. If you're Gen Z, you should watch this because the Gen Z has rewritten the rule book of English grammar, which is much more great. So yeah, clock it and let's start without any further ado because I'm also Gen Z and I can totally understand and I also use these words in my daily life conversations. So you should also. Come on, all Gen Zs, let's start. Gen Z grammar decoded. What even is Gen Z grammar? Okay, let's start. We don't need a pen for this, but I'm just gonna take it, okay? What even is Gen Z grammar? Gen Z grammar. A grammar, but it is in Gen Z version. It's not really grammar, it is the textbook sense. It's a living, meme powered set of vibes that changes the rules of tone, punctuation, and even parts of speech. Meme powered. What is a meme? You know, you have seen many memes right now. Actually, all the Gen Zs know almost every meme because they're always scrolling through reels and shorts. So, yeah, these are the main power of, Gen Z peoples. Meme powered set of vibes that changes the rules of tone, tone rules, punctuation marks, and even parts of speech. Yeah, the main thing in English grammar. They even changed that. So born online. What is Gen Z's khasiyat? Khasiyat kya hai Gen Z ki? Born online. It spreads through TikTok group chats and comment sections, not classrooms. Yeah, these are the main things that Gen Zs were born online for grammar. Then tone over rules. Punctuation, capitalization carry emotion, not just structure. They carry emotion. Whenever you capitalize something, they have something that mainly a millennial or a person who have been, speaking grammar from the really bad times doesn't know. Like Gen Z has rewritten that. Constantly evolving. What can trend, peak and go stale in a matter of weeks? Yeah, they're constantly, there are many words. Riz, clock it, and like many more Gen Z words that can go like trending in like weeks. Because Gen Zs are taking the trend really faster. Let's move to our next topic, which is trending slang glossaries. The words everyone's throwing into sentence right now. Yeah. These are some words which you also, आप भी जो है ये words को जरूर use करते होंगे as Gen Z in every type. Even if you are a Hindi person, आप हिंदी बोलते हैं. Even if you are an English person, you usually use these words in your daily life. No cap. No cap means I'm not lying. For real. FR, I'm not lying. I'm not lying. No cap. No cap. Then is Riz. I think many of the Gen Z's kids, even Gen Alpha people know what is Riz meaning. So I don't need to explain it actually. Carry with charisma, especially flirting skills. Okay. Then is Delulu. You must have heard that term. Delulu is the only Solulu. Yeah. Delulu is the only Solulu. This is like one of the terms I heard. Actually, this is a really old term, but people still use it. Delulu is the only Solulu. Delusional, usually said fondly. You're being Delulu. You're being delusional. If you don't know delusion meaning, wow. Then is bussin, not buzzing. It is bussin. Bussin means really, really good. Usually food. This is bussing. This pasta is bussing. I just love it. No cap. No cap. I'm not lying. This pasta is bussin. Then is mid. Mediocre, distinctly unimpressive. Mid. I like this place, but it is mid. This food is mid. You are mid. No, just kidding. You are above mid. Then is let him cook. Yeah, this is one thing that you usually heard in memes. Let him cook. I said let him cook. These are some Gen Z slangs. Let someone keep going. They're on the road. Yeah, let him cook means not just the cooking thingy. It's about every single sentences that Gen Zs are using, and I especially hope everybody in this video, or Gen Z or Gen Alpha, understand these slang words and even speak them in their daily conversation. Okay, let's move apart now to our next topic in Gen Z world. The new unwritten rules. Punctuation isn't punctuation anymore, it's a tone of voice. What is punctuation? These marks. Dash, comma, comma. Yeah, this, then, period, and like etc. etc. More of them, right? Okay, lowercase, chill, casual, unbothered. What is lowercase? You must have heard about lowercase letters. About lowercase letters. Chill, casual, and unbothered. Yeah. Period. Serious, blunt, or a little mad. Period is used for serious, blunt, blunt. Tell me the meaning of blunt in the comment sections. Best comment will get pinned. Actually, okay? Or a little mad. The ellipsis, suspicious, shady, loaded with subtext. When they use ellipsis, right, Gen Z's ellipsis, then they're suspicious, it's a shady thingy, or they're loaded with subtext. That then is, what the hell is this? What is this? Tone tags, joking or serious, attached after a statement. JSRS means tone tags, joking or serious, attached after a statement. If you are able to understand this, great. You're passed as a Gen Z. But this one, last one, can somebody explain me what is it? I don't understand. New parts of speech. Yeah, this is the main topic I want to talk about. Parts of speech. What are parts of speech? Noun, pronoun, verb, adverb, adjective, preposition, conjunction, interjection, all of these. We can add articles, determiners, modifiers. These are also grammar, a part of grammar. What have the Gen Zs changed in parts of speech? Cringe, noun and adjective. Oh yeah, you must have heard of the term cringe. What does cringe mean? Something that is too weird. बहुत अजीब चीज को हम लोग क्रिंज बोलते हैं ना जेंजी लैंग्वेज वी कॉल इट क्रिंज it is too weird, it's too disgusting, we can't see that, it's so cringe. And it's now used as an adjective. Oh my, cringe is now a term in adjective. It is used as a part of speech. Once just a verb, now describes anything embarrassing. Yeah, embarrassing, like you fell down in front of the whole class. That was so cringe. The last time she fell down, that was so cringe. That is a term as an adjective. First it was just a verb, but now it describes anything embarrassing. Then is vibe. Now verb. Verb, the heart of parts of speech, POS, and now have more word named vibe. We're just vibing to relax and enjoy the moment. We're just vibing. We're just watching the movie, eating popcorn, and vibing. That's like a normal, parts of speech. Then the core suffix, the core. You must have, seen many videos, or reels, or shorts, whatever you watch. I usually don't watch it, but I have seen many videos on the core suffix. Attach it to anything for an aesthetic, cottage core or gym core. Yeah, attach it to any word and it will be, like a gym core. People are doing leg day, hand day, this day, that day. So this is known as the core. Then is understood the assignment. Now, the assignment doesn't mean your school assignment or your office assignment. This is actually an idiom, a full idiom meaning someone nailed exactly what was needed. He understood the assignment. He was cooking and he cooked hard, so that means he understood the assignment. Yeah, he did brilliant. He was so good. That is one of the Gen Z slang terms in idioms. That is also one of like past speech. Yeah, we can specify it as a grammar. So first adjective as cringe, vibe as verb, the core as suffix, and understood as assignment as an idiom. These four things are used in the Gen Z term. I like it. I like it. Okay. Old English versus Gen Z English. Same meaning, completely different. Now we're going to talk about the English that old people in olden times, olden is golden. So in olden times we used to talk. Olden is golden, but Gen Z is Gen Z is like diamond, because gold का भाव तो कम हो गया है, तो अब diamond का भाव ज़्यादा बढ़ गया है. So Gen Z अब ज़्यादा है भाई. Same meaning, completely different energy. Old English versus Gen Z English. Let's see what the difference is. Classic phrase. That is very impressive. I like it. That is very impressive. But what do Gen Z says? That ate. No. We didn't eat anything. हमने कुछ खाया नहीं है. It means that ate. Means that is so impressive. That was so good. I loved it. That means here they call it that is very impressive. Here they call it that ate. Then is I'm having a great time. Yeah, this place is beautiful. I'm having a great time. In Gen Z, they say I'm having the best era. I'm having my best, or I'm having the best era of my life. That is a Gen Z slang term. Wow. I disagree strongly with you. No. I disagree with you. That is so not true. But in Gen Z, they say that's not a chief. That's not a chief. They're saying it with so much, excitement. That's not a chief. I totally disagree with you. Nope. That was embarrassing. Now here, because we're talking about embarrassing, we will use that one term, an adjective, that is cringe. That was so cringe. That was so embarrassing becomes that was so cringe. So this was olden English and this is diamond English. Which one do you prefer? Instead, you will prefer classic phrases or you will prefer Gen Z version? Comment me down. Okay? That was like so good. Okay, that was just the end. Language never stops evolving, and honestly, that kind of iconic. Yeah, Gen Z is iconic because they are taking some kind of grammar trends into something next level. I just loved it, and the way I read all the things, that was so good, that was so cool. And as a Gen Z, I feel proud that it was such a good experience for me in grammar, especially when they're using these kind of terms, these slang terms and everything in a part of grammar. So real proud as an English teacher. Also, thanks for watching this video. If you like this video, like it, share, subscribe it, and also my Gen Z people who are watching this, please don't forget to share it with all your people, with all your people who are watching this video, and of course, share this as much as you can. Comment down if you have any queries or any questions, and yeah, meet you in the next video with much more interesting and great topic. Till that, thank you and namaskar.